This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I'm HiddenXperia.
And why don't you tell everybody about your YouTube channel real quick? Tell everybody who you are.
So I'm primarily right now a Halo lore / general Halo YouTuber. I do lore videos, news videos, and just sort of general Halo videos, like just talking about kind of anything. But I'm also right now in the process of branching out and adding Resident Evil lore and Doom lore to the mix, as well as Halo. So soon it's going to be like a nice amalgamation of three very iconic and very classic game series.
I gotta stop you there. Do you like Mass Effect or not?
I've tried so many times to get into Mass Effect and I just can't do it. So I've tried playing 1, 3, and Andromeda, and I know I missed out the best one. I've got to try 2. I know I need to try 2. Every time I say this to somebody, they're always like, "Oh, dude, you got to try 2. You got to try 2." And I would at some point, but I've really tried. There's something about it. I'm not the biggest fan of like super hardcore deep sci-fi stuff. Like Halo is probably the only exception, honestly, to that. So I think that's one of the reasons I have a bit of an issue getting into Mass Effect. But at some point, I'm going to force myself to. At some point.
Okay.
All right, we'll get into that more later. Okay. So for now, we're joined by HiddenXperia to talk to all of you guys about Arrrash. Did I already introduce today as Tuber Tuesday? I don't think I did. Today is Tuber Tuesday, and we're covering our buddy Arrrash. And I think he's got a custom URL. I might be wrong. Let's find out if it'll ever load. Yes, there he is.
Hey,
it worked.
there you go.
Hey. So if you're not subscribed to HiddenXperia, make sure you do that. If you're not subscribed to Arrrash, make sure you do that. If somehow you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to our podcast, I don't know why you're watching this in the first place, but you should definitely subscribe to this one too. Anyways, now that you're done subscribing, watch this video. We're going to tell you all about Arrrash. So, usually what we do is we tell you guys about them. So, Arrrash has 1.07k subscribers, which is, I'm just going to point this out. It's like 100 more subscribers than he had before you came on our podcast. So, kudos to us for helping him out. No.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He originally created his channel on April 28th, 2013. He currently has, and I'm going to update this because I'm sure he has more than when I originally looked at this. Yep, 169,190 views. When I originally looked at this like 2 weeks ago, 165,548 views. He also has a Twitch channel, twitch.com/Arrrash, ARRASH, just like it's spelled on YouTube. And he does that pretty consistently when he's not doing his drops of these, more commentary and Halo videos for the most part. He also did a really good Doom 2016 versus Doom Eternal video where he kind of talked about why you should or shouldn't get Doom Eternal. I'm not going to spoil it because he's going to tell you all about it if you watch that video. But it's a really good video to go check out. His description is just a dude dabbling in game reviews and other general gaming content. Got to be generic so everybody can like you. Just kidding. So his first / oldest video, and we talked about this when we interviewed him, but I'm going to bring it up again. He did a video called, if YouTube will load, A Patient Review of Rage.
Yeah, I really like the title of that one.
That's a good title. I was going to say, that's a really good title.
So he talked about this quite a bit. When he originally got into YouTube, he wanted to do more like long form commentary, kind of like Mandalore or like those type of channels. And he started doing these videos. Like Rage was his first one, but he also had like Titanfall 2, Call of Duty, and then he realized these are a lot of work. And so he kind of like shortened it up a little bit, started doing more of these like short form commentary videos where he just had gameplay in the background, like Halo MCC, just discussing it. To sprint or not to sprint, all these different videos where he's just kind of talking about stuff while gameplay is on the screen. Try to make it relevant gameplay, but in general, like just gameplay. And then he did this Call of Duty 2 retrospective. I want to say that was his last true like long form commentary video before he really went into this more, what he does now. And I love his thumbnails because whoever does these does a really good job with the font, getting it in front of the images. I love his thumbnails. I wish I could do thumbnails that well, but I can't.
I was going to say, there's a nice consistency between them.
Yeah, and he changes it up every once in a while. Like he did these like, bordered ones with these really big bubbly things, and now he moved over to this more like Fortnite style ones because I see a lot of Fortnite streamers use this style. But anyways, so his most popular video, because we always discuss the most popular. Can you still play Doom 2016 multiplayer? And I think, if I remember, I'm not going to spoil the video. It's a good video. He gets on there, he starts talking about whether or not you can still play the Doom 2016 multiplayer and find matches. I think the answer is kind of surprising. But now that we're past that, he's got almost 30,000 views on this video. So go check it out. Let's get him to 30,000 views. And we released that November 27, 2019. So that's a pretty recent video, being that we're in April-May time frame right now. So it's only like, what, 6 months old? And his channel's only got 1,000 subs. That's like 30 times what his sub rate is. That's pretty good. So here's what we do after we talk about the most popular and the oldest video. We talk about what we like about this channel. So I'm going to let Will go first, since I've been talking since we started this video.
Right.
Nobody wants to hear my voice that long.
Yeah, no one wants to hear your voice at all. Okay, jumping into it. If you go back to his like homepage, we'll start off with that.
Go ahead. If I can get there. There we go.
All right, so I really like the consistency he has from his banner to his thumbnail. I know we have a lot of people come on, or we talk about a lot of people that essentially there's no consistency there.
Yeah.
So I do like that. I think it looks really clean. I also really like his thumbnails. You brought that up before. They really actually like pull me in. So like, I don't know why, but like these bright colors and like the Fortnite style or the kind of bubbly letters makes me like want to click on the video. It's like a weird primal urge. And I also like his commentary. So he has a really calm voice, and it's something you can put on in the background. So you don't necessarily have to see his gameplay video or see the video of himself and still enjoy his video, because you can just hear him go on for a long time. I kind of wish he still did his long form videos, because I really liked the way that he did them. I realized that when he came on, he's like, that's just too much work. And I respect that. But I do like his content now, where he just essentially captures gameplay. I don't think he does that at the same time as he's speaking.
No.
He captures gameplay beforehand. He just talks about a topic that he knows about. A lot of times it's Halo, just because he's played so much Halo. And I like how in-depth he gets into it without being so in-depth that you actually have to focus on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, he definitely doesn't record at the same time, I don't think. If he does, then he's a very good linguist. Very, very good. It's very hard to do that. Actually, quite underappreciated that is, that of a skill that is, doing like gameplay commentary. The one thing I like about his channel is his graphics are nice as hell. Like thumbnails, title, like cover picture, logo, like very clean, very nice, and very professional looking.
I was just going to point out, what was it? He covers some indie games, and I really appreciate that. Like these, like, have you ever heard of Splitgate?
Yes, yeah.
So if you type in Splitgate, and he showed us this as, I don't know if it was like a humble brag, but if you type in Splitgate on here, in like the top 5 videos, his video shows up like 1, 2.
Oh, damn. He's got good rankings then. Holy shit.
Yeah, so you got these BBK, Dragoon, Macro, IGN, and then Arrrash right after that. So
that's good.
He did some videos on Splitgate, and he actually did this video called What Went Wrong, and then realized shortly after that HiddenXperia walked away from the camera. And I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Sorry about that.
And he realized that the player base actually increased significantly after he made this video about what went wrong, and he was like, what is going on? Like, so he went back and recovered it again, and you can see he's got 13,000 on his first video on it, and then 7,000 on his second video on it. It's like Splitgate has definitely helped his channel. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a really cool looking game too.
Sponsorship Splitgate, no.
Yeah, Splitgate was really interesting. I played quite a lot of it when it first came out, actually. It was interesting. It was like a really weird mix of sort of Halo's gameplay, a bit of Call of Duty, and a bit of Portal. It was very, very twitchy, so it took quite a lot of time to get used to it, but it was really fun, actually. I enjoyed it.
I was going to say, I remember now what my comment was. Can you imagine if you were on the mic, on the voice chat, and somebody's, like, narrating a video while you're playing with them?
Like, in-game chat.
Yeah, that would be awesome, though.
Splitgate, what went wrong? And you're like, wait, what? What's going on here?
Nothing's wrong with this
Who
game.
are
What are
you?
you talking about? These?
Am I on a stream right now? Like, what is going on here? Anyways, no, I like his, like Will said, his narration is very crisp, very clean, very calm and relaxed. He gets excited, but he doesn't get too excited, and like he enunciates when he needs to, and he kind of slows down when he really wants to get in on something. And his delivery is just like it's not DW Relive, but it's really good. You know, it's in a different way. It's really good. And if you don't get that reference, it's one of our buddies. He does like retro gaming. So shout out to DW. But Arrrash actually got props from DW because he listened to a bunch of his videos, and he said this guy's got great narration, and he is very critical about people's narration. So yeah, so definitely go check out this guy's channel if you like commentary and narration. Now here's the next part of this, and this is the part where we get to get a little critical. What are some things that we would like to see him do differently or improve or change?
All right, I'll go first. So if you go back to his homepage again. So I know I complimented his banner, but nothing on that banner suggests what he does.
That is true.
So it looks really clean, but I also know what he does already. So if someone's just stumbling on this channel, they wouldn't necessarily know what he's about from that.
It reminds me of like a football banner for like a football team.
Yeah, it does look very clean, but I know what you mean. You want, especially in the early stages of like growing on YouTube, before you've sort of cemented your niche, you need to have some sort of indication on your channel of like specifically what you do. Like for example, with me, I used to have like at the side of my name, like the home of Halo 5 lore videos way back in the day, back when Halo 5 first came out. I used to have that next to my name, and then also like a few thumbnails in the banner as well, like in like little sort of like preview thumbnails on the banner of some videos that I've done, of popular videos. And I think that works well. It's all about building a niche when you're first going on YouTube and then expanding out. And that helps a lot with that.
I was actually going to point out, Will, we're kind of hypocrites for saying that. You would have no idea what our content is if you looked at our channel.
We're not talking about ourselves right now.
Is this channel about shrimp?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I actually had somebody ask me the other day, is your channel about shrimp? Nope.
Yes. Yes, it is.
The official shrimp lore channel.
Yes, we just talk about shrimp all day long. No. My thing is, like, there's no... like, his thumbnails are great, and they catch your eyes. But if I was looking at these, I wouldn't know they're all Halo, because none of them are consistent. They're all, like, completely different colors. And so maybe some... I feel like the Halo's games could all have a similar but not the same thumbnail, so you know as you're clicking through them, this is a Halo video, this is a Halo video, this is a Halo video. It may work, it may not. I really don't know. Apparently, we only get like a 2.6, click-through rate, so I have no idea if...
I can comment on that. So before I said that his thumbnail game was quite consistent, and it was, but then he hit a point where he kept changing his thumbnails, and that's not a good thing to do. You shouldn't do that. You should find one quite unique to your channel, but like original thumbnail design, and stick with it. Like if you look at my channel, my sort of like thing that I've stuck with is like this little sort of chromatic aberration white border around the thumbnail, and then text in a specific font that doesn't ever change, and then just like an SFM thing or like a picture in the middle. Obviously, if you go quite far back, that isn't the case, but that's the sort of consistency that I've got, and it helps because if someone sees that white border in their recommended, they know that it's one of my videos. They know exactly, like, immediately that it's one of my videos. And that's one of the things that I notice a lot of smaller creators don't do that a lot of bigger ones do. They focus on, like, having consistent thumbnails that are branded to their own channel, and it helps a lot.
Yeah, we've stuck to our thumbnail game for a while now.
Yeah. So back to our banner, you're giving it crap. We used to have the little shrimp playing a game.
What?
What happened to the shrimp?
He's right here. We used to be a little shrimp, and he would.
No. You're misremembering. That was CHRILLCAST Plays. You don't remember. We had like 4 channels when we started. We did. We had the CHRILLCAST.
Scroll down. I don't want to see that terrible first video.
Anyways, all right. Listen, we had CHRILLCAST Plays. We had CHRILLCAST something. What the heck was the other one? CHRILLCAST Reviews.
There There was like 12 channels we never did anything with. So
yeah, so we ended up just combining all of our extra channels into just one. And I think I sent you the video. It was that fake Nintendo Switch Halo MCC video.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all of our old channels that used to be like their own things are all now combined to CHRILLCAST Plus, and that's something that I noticed Arrrash just did. He created a new channel, or maybe not recently, but he has another channel. Why don't you feature more Arrrash on your channel? How are people going to find it? Because he has a channel called More Arrrash.
I love the name.
And he's got this icon that looks like him, and you can see the banner's the same. But why is there no link between your two channels? There is on this one.
Yeah, you should do. You should have the link at the top or almost the top of the description, on a card in the video or an end screen. Give it a shout out in a video if you want to as well, and always have it in the channel bar on your channel. Like, you should always have that.
And maybe put that CHRILLCAST on there too. No.
Subtle.
But yeah, I agree. I actually made the point first, and then HiddenXperia agreed with me, but that's okay. More consistent thumbnails. I agree with myself and HiddenXperia.
You made a good point. What can I say?
We need to have consistent thumbnails that have your branding. Like, you could even have like a purplish reddish border with like an A in the corner of all your videos, and then have that overlay over your thumbnail. I know he doesn't actually make his own thumbnails, but maybe he should pass that along to whoever's doing it and say, hey, I want this to be more consistent. Because I remember he spent a long time making this. He had to remove the UI from this because he didn't want the UI. He wanted a clean thumbnail, and now you can't see the thumbnail, so my conversation is pointless. But if you look at this thumbnail here, this Halo 2 First Impressions, he removed all of the UI parts of it, the HUD, and then left the SMGs, right, because it's Halo 2. SMGs are iconic for Halo 2. And then I like this font. I like these colors, but they don't match his channel.
No.
Yep. Yeah, so that's another thing as well. Like, every form of consistency helps. Like, even like you were saying, down to font. Like, you want a unified font across your channel for most things. Like I was saying, for me, I use the exact same font in every thumbnail. I'm being a bit hypocritical actually, because I don't use the same font in my cover picture, but in my thumbnails at least, the font is always the same. It's always the same color, or 99% of the time it's the same color. It doesn't change. Like, consistency is probably the biggest key to early growth, or to growth in general on YouTube.
Agreed. All right, so now we've tore him down a peg. Now we get to do the last part. What are our predictions for his channel going forward? Will, why don't you start again?
He's going to keep growing. I mean, he focuses mostly on Halo content, and we're about to have a big Halo release. So I think that's going to probably boost all of the Halo YouTubers. I think he should probably branch out a little bit. And if he does that, again, just increased growth. I like his content already. If we talk, implements some of the consistency issues that we had, I think, more traffic, more growth for him.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say with Infinite coming out, provided it doesn't completely crash and burn, fingers crossed it doesn't. Yeah, I think most Halo YouTubers are going to see a pretty big boost. And like with any new game that comes out in a series, there are going to be a few people who really grow off it, like smaller people who really grow off it. And I mean, Arrrash could easily be one of those if he stays consistent, if he builds his own niche and focuses on that niche and builds it. I mean, sky's the limit, really. Provided Infinite doesn't crash and burn. Provided. Again, fingers crossed.
I don't think so, because he covers things like Doom and stuff already. It won't be that hard for him to continue to cover other things, right? But if he covers Halo up to the Halo Infinite launch, and he does a good job with it like he has been doing, and Halo Infinite does well, he's going to see numbers like he's going to probably see like a 10 times multiplier on his subscribers, I would think. Especially if channels like the CHRILLCAST and HiddenXperia are covering him.
Exactly.
That could instantly... No, I'm just kidding. But Halo Infinite could tie his channel up with some good subscriber growth. I really think that this is only going to help him. But good releases of games like Doom and he covers them, those could also help. And, if Splitgate ever blows up, there's that.
True.
So, all right. Well, Arrrash, I think my prediction is 5,000 subs by middle of next year. Minimum. Anybody got a wager on that? What's the can't even remember what the betting is.
I'd say about the same, honestly. That would be very good growth. Honestly, that'd be really, really good growth. Again, it depends on Infinite. If Infinite blows up, then it could be more. You never know.
Over under. That's what it's called when you bet on that. Over under. What's the over under? No. What do you got, Will? What do you think? 5,000?
I'm gonna go higher. So let's say 8,000 by not this time, but maybe like August of next year.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say August this year. I was like,
no.
3 months.
I'm
Wow.
not that excited.
That would be crazy.
That's pretty awesome. But yeah, I think there's the only thing that will happen is his channel do this, as long as he doesn't have some kind of weird controversy.
Well, that could help.
That could. You're right. At the level he's at right now, yeah, controversy might not actually hurt him.
It always helped Leafy, and it's helped Keemstar, so you never know.
Right? Yeah. With that being said, as always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I'm HiddenXperia.
And we will see you
on our next CHRILLCast. Bye, guys.